Have you ever felt that the whole world is trying to decide what you should do with your own body? Close your eyes and imagine being 22 years old, holding a positive pregnancy test in your shaky hands. And instead of hearing congratulations, you hear whispers like she is ruining her career or she is just a child herself. This is exactly what happened to young Mei, the rising star of Chinese fantasy dramas, who just broke her silence with 4 words that shook the internet. I am not too young to be a mother. And today, we are going to unpack the emotion, the backlash, and the hidden story behind that statement. Before we dive in, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This is your channel for real fantasy news about dramas and Chinese celebrities. And you do not want to miss what comes next. Let me take you back to the beginning. Young Mei first appeared on our screens 3 years ago in the hit fantasy drama Moonlit Frost. She played a 17-year-old fox spirit who sacrifices her immortality for love. Everyone fell in love with her big innocent eyes and her soft way of speaking, but few people knew that behind the camera, young Mei was already fighting a very different battle. She grew up in a small town in Sichuan province. Her mother left when she was only 6. Her father worked double shifts at a factory. She raised her younger brother by herself. At 14, she was buying groceries and cooking dinner. At 16, she was modeling for local ads to pay for school. So when she says she is not too young to be a mother, she is not speaking from ignorance. She is speaking from survival. The controversy started last Tuesday. A paparazzo leaked photos of young Mei leaving a maternal health clinic in Shanghai. In the photos, she is wearing an oversized hoodie and holding a folder that says prenatal vitamins. Within hours, the hashtag young Mei pregnant was trending with over 200 million views. Fans were divided. Some wrote she is only 22, she should focus on her acting. Others said congratulations, she looks happy. But the ugliest comments came from so-called experts. A well-known entertainment reporter went on a live stream and said, and I quote, "A girl her age cannot be a good mother. She has no life experience. She will regret this." Another netizen wrote she is throwing away her career for a mistake. That is when young Mei did something unexpected. She did not delete her social media. She did not hide. She posted a 2-minute video. In that video, she is sitting on a simple wooden chair. No makeup, her hair is pulled back. She looks straight into the camera and says with a steady voice, "I heard what everyone is saying. Some of you think I am too young. Some of you think I am not ready. But let me tell you something. I became a mother to my little brother when I was 6 years old. I made sure he ate dinner every night when my father was at work. I walked him to school in the rain. I stayed up with him when he had a fever. So do not tell me I am too young to be a mother. I have been a mother almost my whole life." And then she smiled a small tired smile and said, "My baby will have me fully, willingly, and I am not too young." That video has been viewed 40 million times. And the reason it went viral is not because of drama. It is because of truth. But here is the fantasy twist that no one saw coming. Just yesterday, a K-drama production company in Seoul announced that young Mei has been cast as the lead in a new fantasy series called The Last Lullaby. The story is about a teenage empress who gives birth to a magical child during a war. The empress is only 19 in the script. She is judged by everyone in her kingdom, but she proves that motherhood is not about age. It is about love and sacrifice. The director of that series said in an interview, "We did not know about young Mei personal situation when we sent the offer. But after we saw her video, we knew she was perfect. Art imitates life, and life has given her the most painful and beautiful training. Now, I want you to really feel what young Mei must be feeling right now. On one side, she has millions of strangers calling her irresponsible. On the other side, she has a tiny life growing inside her. And she has the memory of a 6-year-old girl who had to grow up way too fast. When people say you are too young, what they really mean is you have not suffered enough. But young MEI has suffered more than most 30-year-olds. She just did it quietly. That is the emotional hook here. We love to judge young mothers because we confuse age with wisdom. But wisdom comes from walking through fire. And she has been walking through fire since childhood. Let me share a detail that broke my heart. In a follow-up post, young MEI revealed that she used to write letters to her unborn child when she was only 15. She said, "I was alone in my dorm room at the acting academy. I had no one to talk to. So I imagined a little person who would one day call me mom. I promised that child I would never leave like my mother left me." That is not a young girl being reckless. That is a young girl preparing herself for love. She has been ready for years. The world just did not notice. Of course, there are real challenges ahead. She is still filming a fantasy drama that requires wire work and action scenes. Her agency has confirmed that she will use a body double for dangerous stunts. She has also moved back to her hometown so her grandmother can help her with the baby. And she is taking online classes about child development. She is doing everything right. But still, the comments keep coming. Some people say she is only doing this for attention before her new drama releases. Others say the father is a married director. None of that has been proven. And young MEI has refused to name the father, which is her right. But the rumor mill keeps spinning. Here is what I want you to remember. Fantasy news is not just about dragons and magic spells. It is about the real fantasies we live every day. The fantasy that a young woman can be both a mother and a star. The fantasy that a child who grew up alone can build a family that stays. The fantasy that age is just a number when your heart is ready. Young MEI is living that fantasy right now. And whether you agree with her or not, you have to respect her courage. Before I go deeper into how this affects her upcoming projects, please do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button. If you believe that a woman has the right to decide when she is ready to be a mother, and comment down below your honest thoughts. Do you think 22 is too young? Or do you think it depends on the person? I read every comment, and I want to hear your voice. Now, let me connect this to the bigger fantasy world. Just last month, a famous K-drama actress named Han So. He also faced criticism for taking a break to have a baby at 24. She lost 3 endorsement deals, but she said something very similar. She said, "My body, my choice." It seems like young actresses in both China and Korea are pushing back against the old rule that says you have to wait until your 30s to start a family. And honestly, that rule was made by people who never had to raise a sibling at 6 years old. The entertainment industry wants young women to look like innocent girls, but act like seasoned professionals. It is impossible. And young MEI just proved that by refusing to fit into that box. There is also a fantasy parallel here. In the upcoming drama The Last Lullaby, young MEI character uses her magic to protect her baby from assassins. The baby is born with a star-shaped mark on its hand that can heal any wound. The kingdom wants to use the baby as a weapon, but the empress runs away into a forbidden forest. That story is a metaphor for what young MEI is doing right now. She is running away from the judgment of the public. She is creating her own forbidden forest where she can raise her child in peace. And I think that is beautiful. I want to end with a direct message to young MEI if she ever watches this video. You are not too young. You are exactly old enough. You have earned this happiness. And to everyone watching, remember that the next time you see a young celebrity with a baby bump, do not whisper behind your hands. Send a blessing instead, because every child deserves to be welcomed with love, not gossip. Thank you for watching. This is your channel for fantasy news that feels real. Subscribe now so you do not miss the next update on young MEI, her baby, her drama, and many more stories from the K-drama and Chinese celebrity world. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of the people you love. Bye-bye.